So we have an interesting show for you today because while we have some really cool clips, there's one clip that's maybe not a cool clip.
I mean, it's cool. Is that what we're looking for?
You want it to be cool, but then it doesn't really seem that cool anymore.
Wait, what happened?
We're gonna be taking a look at a bunch of Mission Impossible mask transitions today.
It's
Wow,
so good.
that's smart.
It just is awesome.
Trying to see whether or not they did it practically or digitally, or maybe a little bit of both.
And a big boat that makes a big boom. But in a way that might surprise you.
All right, let's go.
You'll never get what you want! You don't think I'll do it?
This is from Mission Impossible 3. You guys are very familiar with the Mission Impossible series.
Yeah.
They have this whole running gag of like changing out these masks and then they actually turn into that actor. But they have to do that creatively to like kind of switch out the masks. So I thought this was a really interesting one shot.
I'm not in the field anymore.
Oh, okay. Here's a retirement present.
Philip Seymour Hoffman mask. Do you think he gets to keep that?
In our job, there's always going to be something between
Wipe.
you and a woman.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, but still mask. Okay, a little.
Like a mask on a different actor, maybe?
Ah.
But I mean, that's a classic website. Unless they did that intentionally. Oh wait, are they slowly transitioning?
It's
Wow,
so good.
that's smart.
It just is awesome.
So I also don't know the exact way this was done, but I'm pretty sure I do. So obviously the shot starts on Tom Cruise and a fake Seymour Hoffman mask, right? Or a real
Well, it's a real
mask.
Seymour Hoffman mask.
Yeah. But then it turns into a fake mask after the transition behind the dude's back. There's a hidden cut right there where it just cuts straight to black and then it cuts to a completely different setup. So what I think they did was they actually did the full camera move with Tom Cruise there and the fake mask, the real mask. And then they do the exact same thing again with Philip Seymour Hoffman in the exact same spot.
So here we're probably looking at Philip Seymour Hoffman's hair, his ears.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like a comped on face, effectively.
I think so too.
You think in CG approach?
Maybe.
No, I think it's actually just a bunch of 2D compositing and projections. I don't know exactly how they're doing that part of it. That's kind of tricky, but there's definitely something going on where they kind of like flattened his lips a little bit.
Well, if you watch his mouth, as Ving Rhames touches his temples, his mouth warps.
Oh, his nose too. His
Yeah,
nose
and
kind of
the
pulls
So
back.
it's him like
nice-
tightening the mask,
Uh-huh.
they just use that as an excuse to warp to Philip
That's
Seymour
great.
Hoffman's face.
That's good blocking.
Yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah.
And what's cool is like over time you see more Hoffman.
Oh my God.
I'm not even sorry about that one.
Oh my
That was a good
God.
one.
I'm actually proud of you for that one. That was solid.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
stand by
around
that
anymore.
But the biggest thing that is still left over from the mask are the eyes.
Yeah.
The hole in the eyes. It's a very like uncanny, like almost a creepy kind of look. And once Ving Rhames puts his fingers over the eyebrows, it transitions
white.
back. And that's the moment where you're like, wow, now it's fully him.
It's
Yeah.
so good because that's where your eye is drawn anyway, to his eyes. So that's
Yeah.
what you're looking at. And as long as you're seeing those gaps, you're believing the mask is on. So it's the perfect wipe opportunity. Since our eyes are locked there anyway, the
Yeah.
blending of the mouth and the nose, like we totally miss it.
I love these mask effects. I remember
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 having like mind-melting ones.
Iconic.
This is pretty awesome.
This is the one. This is the one that melted me. this broke me. It's so good.
Oh man.
It's so good.
Wow.
It's right in front of
So good.
So it's like, you know, clearly they're kind of like warping and liquefying the face of one as this happens, but like, what piece is from which shot? Oh.
It's the arm.
The arm is the wipe from one guy's body to the other.
It's so smooth though.
So who's ripping the mask off? Is it which actor is the one actually ripping the mask off?
It's got to be Tom Cruise.
So the arm is Tom Cruise's arm.
Exactly. So they must have done a morph for the left shoulder because the left shoulder is on screen the entire time.
Yeah, it doesn't actually wipe.
No, it does. It does wipe. Watch.
No, I did. I saw the exposure change.
You see the feathered mask. Oh, we're ruining the illusion little by little.
Wow.
It was there just a
well
little
done.
bit. But the big tentpole effect here is the mask, though.
And I think it's just classic warping an image as it moves.
Yeah,
Like, that's it. It's just an artist who's really good at it and probably took like a month to do it.
But it's all lined up with the real mask. So we're seeing the real underside of the mask and real hair on the left side there. That's just blended in. It kind of comes from behind the dude's head a little bit there. And there's not that much like digital manipulation going on the face. Most of the shot is covered up by the folded over mask. But there's just a little bit, just on the underside of his eye and a little bit of his mustache there, kind of just stretched down, but that's a 2D effect.
The thing is, like, that's kind of early in those CG days also. Like, when you could still trick people and you're like, how did you do that? Because 3D wasn't good enough, you know? You still had to come up with something clever.
When the war started, they protected me.
Did you guys see the new trailer for The Creator?
I haven't, I've been avoiding it, because I want to go in blind.
Well, now you're gonna watch it.
So a Reddit user named BrokeBoyAdvanced caught this shot and pointed it out on the filmmakers subreddit.
Like yesterday? Because this came out a day ago.
Yeah, like yesterday. I just want to see if you guys catch it and let's talk about it.
10 years ago today, the artist.
So I've yet to see any of this trailer. I've been in full blackout mode.
Okay, not this shot.
Whoa, hold
This shot.
up.
Really cool.
Okay, pause.
Yeah,
Wait.
did you see it?
No, I'm making this nuclear bomb video and that was like the perfect B-roll.
Yeah, but go back again. The shot after the nuclear bomb shot.
That one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Is that what we're looking for? Coolness? Because I found it.
Can we pause on it?
You want it to be cool, but then it doesn't really seem that cool anymore.
Wait, what happened?
What explosion does that look like in recent memory?
Oh, you're talking about Beirut.
Wait. They used the explosion from the actual footage of Beirut and composited it into. Yikes.
Yikes.
I don't know about that
Wait,
one.
what do you mean?
Here's the movie frame. Here's the Beirut frame. Look at the lens flare across the cloud.
Oh, yikes. Yikes. I don't think that's a good idea, though.
No. But you can literally see like behind the CGI futuristic buildings are the exact buildings. Like you can see that little like yellowish building with like little top on it right next to that antenna.
That's just, don't do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yikes, man.
You got an emotional reaction, right? It's like
It felt very
it's
visceral.
yikes, right?
Yeah.
So, putting words to that, I'm gonna hold off on like judgment for the filmmakers for a second. Just for me, for my enjoyment of a movie, I want to go in and have fun. I want to watch things. I want to think these are cool.
Yeah.
And when it's actual footage from an actual tragedy, it's not cool anymore. I don't enjoy it. Whatever the filmmakers are wanting to do, like I personally don't like it.
Yeah.
And it makes me not want to watch the film.
I kind of get you because, I mean, a lot of why we go to films is to escape reality and to just even know that under the surface of what are visual effects and really well done visual effects is actual devastation or suffering or death even. It just feels, it's upsetting, yeah. It's not a good idea.
You know, some people brought up the question like, well, what about reference and things like that? And like, I think like when you're looking at tragedy or like footage of tragedy for reference, I think that's okay because, you know, you're looking at reality, you're understanding the world, right? And art is a process of understanding the world. But to use it as like stock footage in your shot, like to exploit the footage of tragedy, especially when it's like kind of this recent still. Maybe you're rushing to get a trailer out and you need a shot, but it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's even worse in a way. You're advertising, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, quick, let's just use that the tragic footage. Just we need something quick for our marketing. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh. You know, maybe the filmmakers are trying to be like, we don't want it to hit. We want you to feel like the reality of these nukes going off. But like, you got robots and like sci-fi buildings. It's just, it doesn't work for me. You know,
I totally get
it doesn't work for me. I'm curious what you guys think. You know, let us know in the comments. And once again, shout out to Reddit user BrokeBoyAdvanced for catching this. My wife was watching the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. When the Be Our Guest song came up, I was actually pretty blown away by The Sims. Not the game, but the physics Sims in the movie. And the very first thing I thought of when the sequence finished was, I should show this to Jordan now.
Oh, that's really sweet. Let's take a look.
Have you seen it before?
I've not, no,
Okay.
I've never seen this.
And I apologize already, we can't play the music on YouTube. It's just how it is. Maybe it'll be a slide whistle cover. You're welcome. I know it's a little weird that Disney went like hyper photoreal for like all their remakes, but the CGI is
No,
it's so good though. Like from a pure technical point of view, and even artistry point of view, the CGI is still really, really impressive.
top tier.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
I think that's a real drink she's holding.
Do you think that's air you're breathing right now?
I like how they added stiffness in his metal cloth coat
Yeah.
to make it look a little bit more like just malleable metal. Even though it's still kind of moving like as if it's regular cloth, which it shouldn't, even if it was metal.
Ooh, whoa,
Think
that's
CG?
gorgeous.
Think it's real?
The bubbles?
Is that real? Why wouldn't you do that real?
I don't know.
If you couldn't.
Oh yeah, huh? We can't do bubbles, but we can do insanely photorealistic bubble sims. They're obviously utilizing every major branch of simulation, so to speak. They're doing like the liquids, they're doing the smoke and the fire simulations, they're doing particles, they're doing cloth, they're doing all that fun stuff. But what I love about it, Wren, you pointed it out already, is they're playing with expectation of these simulations. Like when those glasses were first appearing, it was bubbles, but they were almost dangling like vines out the glasses. And that's the real power of CG and simulation in general, is when you can get photorealistic results, but then apply them in ways that are physically impossible. That's fascinating. And I bet they had such a good time doing this.
I am curious about the foam bubbles though. In the
Yeah,
Are those real?
Look at us always picking up on the most interesting things, right? Can't wait.
Floating peacocks and, you know, all the stuff is exploding and we're like, the foam bubbles. Show me the
You're
static
right though.
foam.
The foam bubbles are like so scarily realistic that it's like, no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. This isn't like the Lion King where everything was CGI except for that very first shot. Like there's real people in this. There's real stuff in this, you know?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet this is a real shot.
Including the teacup?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even just the rendering of the bubbles necessarily. It's also the simulation aspect of the idea of a solver. Basically, a solver is looking at the previous frame and the current frame and the next frame and is going, okay, we've moved from here to here, we're moving from here to here. It's solving using its knowledge of the temporal evolution of your scene. So with bubbles too, they're evolving over time. They're popping, they're growing, they're like folding over. And here, water is being poured into this big base. So you're seeing it grow. And the specular highlights, you know, the spackle almost like shining and then popping. And that would be such a nightmare to have to design when you could just fill a sink in the back room.
Yeah, especially for one shot too. Because the 3D models, like you can render as many shots as you want. It's free, right?
I don't know, ever since the whole Avatar water thing, I've had a little bit of like PTSD about like committing to this is full CG. So much of the rest of the scene is 100% CG. We know that because the glasses and everything is flying around. I mean, there's still, like Hermione's real here. Sorry, Emma Watson is real here. The chair she's sitting on is real. The table is real. And they're matching everything to that to the point that they can actually switch back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, if it turns out that this is full CG, I'm just gonna stop commenting about what I think is CG or not. It's like
Retirement speech.
Like we have a pretty decent batting record, all right? We
Yeah,
actually
absolutely.
do pretty well on this show.
And for the
Thank
record, for
goodness.
that Avatar shot, we were kind of like correct.
And we were correct. We kind of did every option and just stuck by all of them.
Hey, if this is not the first video you've watched from ours, but you're not subscribed, I dare you. I dare you to subscribe.
You're full of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you still haven't done it? Double dare you.
Oh, shoot.
Now it was serious.
Triple dog dare you. You haven't even hit that button yet. I don't think you can do it anymore. I have no faith in you to not subscribe now.
And I quadruple bet you won't hit the bell icon. Watch. Watch him not do it.
All right, all right.
Everyone's like, man, these guys are really aggressive. I don't like the show anymore.
You slowed it down, but you're not gonna stop it. Speed 2, cruise control.
Speed 2?
Have you seen Speed 2?
No.
Speed 2 was a movie that nobody really wanted to make, from my understanding. Speed, of course, was incredibly well received. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, everybody loved it. Fox was like, oh, it's a moneymaker, let's do this again. And in the contract for Jan de Bont, the director, he was obligated for the sequel. But it all leads up to this dramatic conclusion. I don't know if you guys have seen any aspect of this final thing. I'm just gonna have Christian play this, and I want to know how you guys think they did it.
Very smart of you to notice all the ships. The walls.
Oh, heck yes. That boat is coming in fast.
Coming in hot, baby.
Oh, I want to see this. I want to see some sweet destruction.
Oh yeah, baby.
When you go to these movies, that's what you want to see. I want to see that
What
money.
you're here
Oh,
for.
dang. Wait, that's a real shot. What the heck?
All right. This is what I'm
What
here
the heck?
for. I want to see some people build some expensive sandcastles and knock them over. Not on a computer, though.
Wait, I'm not saying anything bad right here. This is all pretty sick.
Oh, heck yeah.
Dude.
Oh, I never said it was gonna be bad. The movie's bad, I guess.
Speed up!
This is the end. This is what we build to.
I'm trying to figure out what the scale of this is, because I'm like, surely they're not doing this at full scale. This has got to be miniature, but...
Probably. Dude, how long is that dock?
Yes, right?
Wow, nice comp shot.
Dude.
Watch this.
I'm actually... This
Watch
is
this.
really impressive.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute.
This is miniature. This is...
Is that full scale?
don't-
Did they
how is
actually
this-
do it? Did Christopher Nolan direct Speed 2? No way.
What the heck, dude?
No way. No way that's just good. That could just be good comping.
Did they actually just destroy an entire port?
Okay, I thought Speed 2 was gonna be a bad movie. This is so far a good movie, Jordan.
As much flack as Speed 2 gets for being whatever kind of film people say it is, the ending, good Lord, it's incredible.
Yeah, it looks full scale.
How do you think they made it? I'm actually curious now that you say that.
So I would do a miniature and I would comp people into the miniature. That's what I would do. At this point in time, I would know that, hey, we can comp people, it looks good. Let's do a banging miniature, let's plan out, plates of people, shoot things full at scale, at the right perspective, let's stick them in the shot. But the destruction I would do as miniature.
That was real, dude. That was a real full-scale boat hitting a full-scale dock.
I would have some full scale stuff that's like chunks of a scene, but like I wouldn't do the whole thing full scale.
Okay.
Obviously.
I'm willing to bet they did this at full scale with a fake boat. Like the front of it looks like a real boat, but the rest of it is just like a battering ram or something like that.
It is just the front of a boat there, but that could just be the dock. It's the rest of it when it starts hitting the city that I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
You just start hitting buildings and like cars. It's all real. Jordan, you sly dog. It's all real.
It's all
isn't it?
real.
Jan de Bont did not want to use miniatures. And this set the record as the most expensive stunt in history.
Oh my God.
This cost $25 million for this 5-minute sequence. And that's in 1997. That is almost $50 million in today's money.
Whoa!
And they went to St. Martin and they built out full 2-scale town.
Oh, so I was right. They built a town for this.
They built a town for this. They replaced all the concrete with sand-covered balsa wood. So it was like exploding and doing all that stuff. And Wren, you were spot on, dude. They rebuilt a false bow of the ship. That they used as a battering ram. It was on rails that were under the water.
Whoa!
And it let it onto land to pierce through everything else. And they took it 50 feet at a time. So they would go 50 feet, they would reset, and then they would go again and reset and go again. And so there is actually quite a bit of additional digital work required to blend those two things together.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we may actually have been seeing some digital manipulation on some of these shots.
Yeah. The back 90% of the boat is CG. But the bow, the false bow of the ship, was not accurate to the scale or measurements of the real ship, which is what the CG model was modeled to. So they had to find a way to still tether the 90% of the CG boat to the front of the bow.
Wow.
And just rescale everything so that it worked. So you're trying to tether a CG object to a real object that is the wrong proportion on film with jitter in 1997.
So they were actually on top of the boat here as we're going across. That shot looking down?
Yeah, those are stunt guys actually about to have their world rocked right there.
Then we cut to them being like huddling under as the building is crumpling over the front of the ship. They're there waiting for it to happen, knowing it's about to happen. Just being like, I hope I don't actually die here.
Wow, those guys straight up.
Wait, that's real sheet metal.
Yeah, in real
Like that will
2x4.
actually cut your head off if it gets pressed into it.
Yeah.
2 stuntmen died, actually.
No.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. That's all kidding. No, everyone's okay. Everyone's all good. I mean, this car crash, this is what makes you go,
This
wait
is
a
a
minute.
crazy stunt. That guy drove the car into it and jumped out of it, and for real.
Yep.
In that spot. This is really insane. I really respect this. I mean, when I was saying build expensive sandcastles, this definitely scratched that itch. What a treat. Christopher Nolan crashed a plane into the airport, but honestly, this was cooler.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Jan did it first.
They spent a lot more money on this.
If your appetite still isn't whet, you can get even more on our extended React episodes on corridordigital.com. Go whet that appetite.
And good use of the word wet and good pronunciation, so I knew exactly how it was spelled the moment you said it.
There's no mistake. I also say Wednesday.
If you missed last week's React episode, it was a banger. You gotta check it out. It's right there. If you like this one, you'll love that one. Check it out.
All right, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.